Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lune, and I hope you're well. And if you're not, I hope you're well soon. Today I'm talking about mass projection and what that is. So, really, I'll start from the perspective of societal expectations. What are societal expectations? They are expectations that have been decided upon by a certain group of people and then are programmed into the people within that society to believe that that is the norm or the truth or the thing to strive for, that you should strive for. But what is that really? It is people deciding what they think should be true and then spreading that. Mass projection. So, I got that message kind of this morning, but also a little bit last night when I was listening to a song, and I'll share the lyrics of that song because were really activating for me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so true. And so mass projection, that's what societal expectations are. That's what these programmed things in your brain that tell you this is right or wrong are from. They are from a mass projection. If you notice, when you go to one country, the expectations, the standards are completely different than somewhere else. So what does that tell you automatically? That these things are not set in stone truths. They are agreed upon with mass projection. And so when you feel a societal expectation weighing on you, that is you tuning in to the mass projection of those expectations. This was insane that I got this coming through. I'm still like, oh, it's so good. So that's what you're feeling. The mass projection. So when you're out and about and say that there's like a societal standard about like how you have to dress in a certain place, right? So you decide that you don't want to wear that thing to that place. Well, then the people there are gonna look at you weird and be like, why aren't they wearing what they're supposed to be wearing? And that is projection. It is others' expectations, which not always intentional because it's also based on their own programming of those societal expectations of what should or should not be happening in a certain circumstance or what should be a thing. So if you've ever experienced, like, I could use my workplace for example, like a place that I used to work rather. And there were certain like ways that people kind of acted with each other that were normal, I guess, that weren't always the best. It's like people were very used to gossiping. Let's give that as an example. People were very used to gossiping about what was going on, about complaining about what was going on. And so when you are around people who take that on and just are like, yep, this is the norm, this is the expectation, this is what we do, then you start to feel that pull towards it. And it doesn't feel good though because it's not natural to be acting a certain way because of others' projections, because then it's taking away from your own power automatically. So it does feel wrong. And I think a lot of people don't realize what's happening, but that is what's happening. So I would be at work with these people, and I would also be gossiping a little bit because I'm like, what else do I have to do here? And because that was the accepted norm. So, but as they're gossiping, I reflect back and I realize that a lot of what I did was because it's what I thought I had to do, or it's what I thought was normal to keep an equilibrium, not disrupt the standard, the norm. even if it wasn't explicit. Maybe it was more subtle, but it was there. So that's what I'm trying to really get into, is that wherever you go, there are these expectations, culture to culture, country to country, nation to nation, person to person, group to group. There are expectations and there are understandings. And when you are different or expressing yourself in a way that is deviating from a specific expectation in a specific time, place, around a specific group, person, there is tension, there is a conflict at times, and you may feel that. And what that is others' expectations, their own understandings being projected onto you in that moment, and you're feeling it, and you're like, ugh, I don't like that. And so when you are around these expectations growing up, because everybody is, the more you grow up, the more time you spend around different groups of people and in these societal expectations, these societal norms, the more you begin to believe that they are true, that they are the truth. So because I grew up in America, right, I would be taking on the societal standards of America because I grew up here, because it's programmed into me. It is the norm. If I grew up in a different country, it would be different than that, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to help you understand is that because these societal things are projected onto you, they're just accepted truths or accepted ways that you should be, that they're not you, and you don't have to follow them. And that actually you can create your own way of being that doesn't have to align with those societal expectations, right? And I'm not saying go out and start doing crazy stuff and like doing things that harm people. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. But I'm saying, wear what you want to wear. As long as you're not harming anyone, you should be able to do what you want to do without feeling that you have to play into someone else's projection, whether it's their individual one or a mass projection that they are a part of on a societal level. Okay? I love this so much. I love this so much. I love this message. Okay, so I'm gonna read these lyrics now because the first time I heard it, I'm pretty sure it's about like a toxic relationship, and it very well could be, but it also to me was kind of about societal standards, and also a little bit about how your own mind may be talking to you because of these societal standards. So I'm gonna read it. The song is called, dropped a pen. Anyway, the song is called Messy by Lola Young, and I actually really like that song. But at first when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is about a toxic relationship. But I think there's more to it. So it says, "'Cause I'm too messy, and then I'm too effing clean. You told me to get a job, then you ask where the hell I've been. And I'm too perfect till I open my big mouth. I want to be me, is that not allowed? And I'm too clever, and then I'm too effing dumb. You hate it when I cry unless it's that time of the month. And I'm too perfect until I show you that I'm not. 1,000 people I could be for you, and you hate the effing lot." So, to me, this is like the dialogue that I have heard in my own mind, actually. The back and forth, because it's like me trying to be myself, fighting these mass projections that have been created. And not only that, but I really like where it says, 1,000 people I could be for you and you hate the effing lot, because that's the most important part, I feel, is that no matter what you do, because of the way that these societal mass projections are, you literally can never satisfy them. You can't. And so, what's the point? there is no point in trying to play into mass projections, because they can never be satisfied. You can never meet every single standard. You will never be the person that people love the most, look up to the most, or perfect. You just won't be perfect. Let's get back to that. We're all imperfect. So there's nothing that you can do or be or try to be to fit in a way that is going to satisfy you, because you're not meant to do that. You're meant to express yourself as you are. And that's not to say that mass projections are necessarily a bad thing, because they help us learn. They're actually very important, but it's saying I'm just offering you a perspective of how you can, override it in a way that is helpful for you, so that you don't feel like you have to continue to just agree with and play into mass projections. You don't have to. It's actually within your, I just saw 11:11 on the thing. You don't have to. It's actually a choice. And I'm still struggling with going through that myself, of deprogramming and clearing these mass projections, because they are very deep rooted. They're very deep rooted, and I realized that today as I started exploring that. And I also wanted to point out a synchronicity. So I saw 444 before I started filming this video, and then I went and I looked at that song. And how long is the song? 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So synchronicities. Synchronicities. But I hope that made sense to you guys, and I hope that was helpful. It was really helpful for me, realizing that you cannot play into mass projections and be happy, because it's not possible to be that thing. And when you are also doing that, when you are trying to fit yourself into something that you're not, or that you don't actually want to be, it's just the projection that you want to be that. Because let's be real, a lot of the things that we do and we choose are influenced by what we think we should do, how we think we should be, because of a projection. The most important thing is looking inside of yourself and, clearing all the extra, deprogramming all the extra, and taking the parts and looking at them all and saying, what here is actually me? And what is something else that I actually don't want and is not me? Or maybe it's a part of me that I need to come to terms with so that I can move forward. Like, just understanding the different parts of yourself in a way where you can come to yourself, for your own validation and for your own reality, to create your own reality. Because when you are playing into mass projection and just shoving yourself into it and being like, yep, here I am, I'm just gonna be what you want me to be, mass projection, then you are literally giving away your power to create your own reality. You are giving away your ability to come from within before you come from without. Both are important, by the way, but coming from within is extremely important. It is the foundation, of being able to live your life the way that you want to. So, yes, I hope that was helpful, and I hope you guys are well. If you're not, I hope you're well soon, and I will see you in the next video.